Right now, there are tens of thousands of kids right here in Indiana in the foster care system.
And 1 out of every 4 teens and young adults who age out of that system will be homeless within 4 years. But some Hoosier advocates are working to change that, and they say so far they're seeing success.
I had a very, very amazing mother.
But at 14 years old, JC Stuckey and her siblings lost their mother and had to grow up fast.
I went to my sister, and she was my guardian until I was 18.
In college, she heard about Foster Success, a nonprofit group that helps teens leaving the foster system and starting adulthood.
How do you budget? How do you even know what's a need versus a want when DoorDash is ubiquitous and everyone's advertising to you 24/7?
Foster Success helps teens and young adults set up a budget, manage their money, learn about insurance, and find housing by their 26th birthday. It also provides matching funds to help them get started. For JC, it meant $3,500 to pay down debt and build up assets.
And when you think of asset, it could be a car, it could be a home, but also there are things I like to call assets of dignity, which means your first mattress, your first pots and pans, and the little things, couches that usually a parent might gift you, but when you're a foster youth and you can't invite people over because there's no couch.
How important is it that teens aging out of the foster care system learn about this kind of thing?
It's incredibly important.
She's looking forward to a bright future ahead.
I see a home in the future very easily, and I don't feel burdened or lost.
And joining us now to talk more about Foster Success is Dr. Maggie Stevens, President and CEO of the organization. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So that stat, 1 in 4 will be homeless not soon after they graduate out of the system. That really struck me.
Yeah, it's challenging. A lot of our young people that we work with at Foster Success, we really try to meet them where they are, help them with what they need. And for many, as you heard in JC's story, it's either access to housing or it's normalizing what their housing looks like if they're fortunate enough to be able to move into independent housing.
So this is so important. What inspired you in particular to say, you know what, I want to do something about it?
Yeah, I've had the honor to work with Foster Success and thousands of young people across the state for the past 6 years. And truly, it's stories like JC's that we get to hear and support every day. What I have found in our work at Foster Success is for many of our young people, we are the first organization who truly has taken the time to hear them, support them, and empower them towards their goals. They're moving into an adulthood for the first time when they're setting goals rather than being told what they needed to do or how to manage their lives.
Listening.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're putting a dent in the numbers? You're making an impact?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, that statistic 1 in 4 is overwhelming, right?
Yeah.
But just this past year, I mean, we actually supported more than 50 individuals in preventing homelessness. So they reached out to us when they were struggling, and we kept them in their home, in their apartment. And we actually had 4 individuals here in central Indiana that we moved from a situation of homelessness into stable housing. So by themselves, those might feel like small numbers, but when you meet the people behind those stories, those are huge, significant changes.
So impactful.
Yeah.
So how can people connect with you?
Yeah, if you want to learn more, go to fostersuccess.org. That's our website. We can connect you to an event we're actually having next week where we're talking about breaking down the barriers that many of our older foster youth are facing. There's places that you can make cash contributions. You can also contribute to our basic needs pantry. Again, that helps many of our young people maintain housing.
Thank you for what you're doing. Really
Thank you.
appreciate it. Dr. Maggie Stevens.
Absolutely.
Important.